Hey folks, please enjoy this clip from our show, which you can find every single day at 4 p.m. Eastern exclusively on Rumble. We've been doing the best shows we've ever done, completely free of censorship and on a platform that actually supports us. You can also support us on Locals, where you can access a ton of exclusive content, movie riffs, as well as an archive of over 1,000 full episodes going back as far as 7 years. We've also teamed up with Merch Engine to bring you a new lineup of really awesome quality shirts, hoodies, and now even hats. So come check out our untethered, uncensored show on Rumble every single weekday at 4 p.m. Eastern. You stupid idiots. Our man is trying to crawl his way out of the ROTC algorithm.
Yes, he is. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Cuomo's in the chat. We have the emojis. We have a couple different ones. I want to see him.
I love my mother.
I hate my brother.
So let's get after it and have a smug pie.
Some good fucking bread.
How's our boy?
Well, let's see how he's doing. Oh, is he on the set of Tucker Carlson?
Sure is.
You checking it. Do you remember?
Are you speaking of the Patriot Act specifically?
I'm skipping ahead just a
What
little bit.
motivated me to come back was two things.
Here
Three
we go.
things.
This is
One,
good.
my
Get
wife.
out of
Couple treat things.
Two, she was like, you got to get up, and we got kids. You got to get up. You got to do something with your life that is helping people and making something of this place. That's what we're supposed to be about. You are not about that right now. You are you're a space rug right now. That's what you are. You're a 230-pound lump on the.
I brought this up before the show. I was talking to Mersh. Even when he brings himself down, he points out that he's 230 pounds of fucking jacked muscle.
230 pounds. Optimally, I want to be around 225, 226, but 230 is not bad.
Look, I'm 230 pounds, 10% body fat lump, she told me. And I was like, you're right about the stats, but not about the lump part.
She said I was like some kind of gorgeous bum.
Yeah. Gorgeous bum. What? You're like if Brad Pitt played a bum, but he was more jacked. You're like an Italian Dwayne The Rock Johnson with better hair. That's what I think. That's what my wife told me in front of my kids.
And now you got to finish our story.
Floor. Get up. Do something with your life. Okay. So
was that your response? Okay.
My response was, get away from me and my bottle.
More Casamigos, please.
There's more. My response was that I was embarrassed and I knew she was right. But sometimes you know what's right, but you don't have the energy, the will, or the self-confidence or belief to do it. So if I were going to get back into this, because there's such a price for entry.
Aren't you back into it?
No, even he knows what News Nation is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even he knows.
And another thing, I was thinking.
No, think about it, right? That's such a Freudian slip. Do I get back into like a real media company that matters again? Or do I flounder around like a fish in a boat, like with Bill O'Reilly, like a couple hobos?
You got security outside your house. And I was thinking to myself, God, I know what this is about. And your kids are older, lucky for you, but they're still aware, they're still exposed. And I put my family through so much that I didn't understand that I was doing at the time because I had blinders on. Got to help.
Because I got rage issues.
Wrong.
He does.
Oh, of course. This guy has punched more holes in drywalls than a carpenter.
I don't think he's. You know what though? I don't think he's a puncher of things. I think he's more of a broody like person. I think he gets real fucking moody.
No, I think he punches walls.
You think
and
he punches walls?
because here's why. Two things.
Was he Dan Crenshaw?
Two things of that's because it's depth perception. He just misses the punching bag in his gym. No, there's the two reasons why. The Fredo video was pure rage. He wanted to punch him, and he says in this thing that he wanted to beat him up, but he said I was afraid of catching charges.
No, you're right. That is true. He does have a fucking
Italian temper.
wasn't thinking that.
You'd be pissed off all the time too if your blood was 95% Arabiat.
By the way, the reason that he agreed to do this Tucker Carlson interview, even though 2 weeks ago we played a video saying he didn't want it because he didn't like Tucker, is because Tucker let him put the entire interview on his YouTube as well.
He needs
and he needs it.
Yeah.
Was having to deal with stuff.
Bro, Chris Cuomo is the type of dude to punch a hole in the wall and then lecture you for 3 hours about why he did it.
Yeah. Why'd you make me do that?
My daughter making up accounts online to defend her uncle.
What?
Yeah, you catch that one?
No, that's what I meant. She did what now?
I mean, that's typical fucking behavior of family members, though. I mean,
Killed me. My wife. So
Your wife also made fake accounts?
that's
Dealing
what he
with
was
all the-
implying, right?
That's what it seemed like.
those things, and it's fine.
First of all, good for her. for
No, they're good
defending her
kids.
uncle.
They're good kids.
Tucker, I hear you, bud, but do you want me to go back to things you called them?
Oh, he's a CIA faggot, though.
But
he
Tucker-
had Kevin Spacey on for Christmas.
Tucker, I remember some of the things that you called him. Okay.
Kids, they got a good genetic selection. They got a couple of my good genes, and they got mostly their mom.
They got mostly my traps, my calves. You know what I mean?
all workout stuff.
My gorgeous head of hair, and then they got my wife's brains.
But I said, I want to come back. I want to do this, but I know why now. And I'm only doing this job.
For
the
the
way I
numbers
want
and
it.
the clout, I am suffering. I'm struggling. Tucker, help me. Help me.
Please, for the love of God.
Please, can I please put this on your website? Can you give me a retweet?
Please give me the rub. I need it right now, bad.
We're about to get to a part here, and I think I know where he's perplexed that Tucker doesn't check comments and doesn't check tweets or anything.
No, this is a part where it brings up him making fun of him.
Oh,
I
it's
think
after that.
Yeah.
It's after, okay, you're right. I might have it order. Okay, here we go.
And what I think matters about it. And if that's not good for my employer, then I'm done. And I have the podcast. I'm building the podcast, my own platform.
It's not
I'm
your
gonna
own
talk to
platform.
whoever
It's a YouTube channel.
We still have more numbers on you on Rumble.
They could take it from you at any moment.
I want about what I want. I'm going to focus on what I think.
You know who
matters.
has his own
And I'm not
platform?
playing
Talker.
Yeah, he has his own platform.
in the game. I'm only going to expose the game. And the reason that this is wrong is because everything is about silos and sides. And people will say, no. There's a line. And Tucker is and Tucker has crossed that line. And I will say, yeah, says who? Says you in the media who also cast me out? Not the millions of people
I'm a wayward son, just like you, Tuck. It's like looking in a freaking mirror.
Look at you, me and two peas in a pot over here.
who want to take it. Well, that makes it even worse. No, it means that you already have a platform. You already are relevant. Why wouldn't I want to understand this person better when you have the reach that you have? Doesn't make any sense.
I'm trying to gobble on your cloud over here.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Except if you're just playing a stupid game that has rules about who you're supposed to like and who you're not supposed to like. And I'm not going to be that for two reasons. One, it's a stupid game. And two, I lost that game. So I'm not going to
So
advance
it's a
something.
stupid game that you lost. You're so stupid.
You're so
that
stupid. You lost a
game?
stupid game for stupid people.
So you're the runner-up even in the stupid game.
Oh my God! Imagine getting last place at the Special Olympics.
Thing that I thought was dirty when it was done to me. And I don't think there's value to the American people. They don't know what to believe because nobody ever shares ideas.
You lied all the time, bro.
Yeah, you wanted to ostracize people who shared ideas.
You lied all the fucking time, dude.
And, we can go through different stuff that I say, that you say, because I still want to know why you came after me as much as you did. By the
I'm a
way.
dick.
That's probably what we would say.
fair answer.
That's what we would say too. We're like, we're kind of dicks. Probably that. Yeah.
Probably. Because it was easy. Because I don't like
Because it was easy's funny.
CNN, and I really mean that in my heart of hearts. I really just
But
don't.
why me?
Why are you picking on me? I'm an innocent victim over here.
I'm such a nice guy with my Q-tips and my brother's sexual assaults.
Yeah, sure. I was out here spreading COVID propaganda and lying.
I don't know.
How can you not know? It was so intentional. It was so frequent.
Because people kept sending me videos from Instagram.
You.
How stupid you are.
It was me.
It was you.
It's producer. Okay, that's pretty funny.
That's
though.
really funny.
I sent him the first video and then he was mesmerized.
But what was
my
wrong with me
producer.
lifting
No,
weights?
no.
You're
What was wrong with me lift? Oh, it gets
so
fun now. It
insecure.
gets fun now. Here we go.
But I
outdoorsman.
just couldn't. I mean, I was pissed about the COVID thing. That is totally true. I didn't buy any of this from day one. That was totally real. But that's not, what I did was not really a pure refutation of your positions on COVID. It was me taking the cheap shots, which I'm not always above.
I was going to say, because he made it easy.
And but you should be above that.
Did it feel good?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
He won't admit it, but it did come up.
You would come after me like
Felt
that?
a little dirty. Felt a little dirty.
Dirty good or dirty
You know, I'm not really a dirty good
Dirty
guy.
good? Like, did your penis get all big
Yeah.
and hot or
Did you
something?
jack
Like,
off while
how'd
you were
feel?
thinking about me and my
Were
traps?
your nipples
Look,
tight?
I just upped my test, so I'm extra horny.
Yeah, I'm sorry. All I'm thinking about right
All
now.
I'm thinking about is fucking
bricked up.
pussy.
And I'll be honest with you, Tucker. You look so soft and you smell nice.
Yeah. It's your unisex cologne.
You know what I mean? Like,
Because you enjoyed it. Let me
you
tell
know,
you. There were
I enjoyed it. I'll tell you that.
there is
no
a momentary.
shame
So
in
everyone
your
in the
game.
room, no, I guess cameras aren't picking
You
up
are
all the
very
people
fun,
sitting here.
Chris.
But I mean, in the sense that, you know, I don't want to use any kind of sexual metaphor, but there is one for this. It's like something you shouldn't be doing, but there's kind of the animal thrill of doing something wrong, I guess is what I would say.
you loved it.
You did love it.
Kind of funny.
You loved it, and it worked
But
for
I
you.
will say this,
And
I
my
will say this.
in-laws watch you. Do you know how hard it is to deal with?
You're in the
Oh yeah, no, this is.
Oh,
yeah.
this is great.
Yeah,
I
his
miss
in-laws
this-
like
okay.
watched him get made fun of.
That makes this even funnier. I didn't know
Having your in-laws enjoy a joke that makes you want to, do bad things that are going to cost you civil litigation money.
that. That's what I meant about his
Yeah.
rage.
And
Somebody did say,
Oh my God.
you know, Chris Cuomo's a lot bigger than you. maybe you should be careful. I just couldn't, I have weaknesses. I will say I think I have a weakness for women. I gave up drinking many years ago, but I'm still beset by the weaknesses of the flesh, and one of them is mockery. I just can't help it. And my wife, I will say, who we were just with, is an unusually good person, and would always say, "I don't like it when you're mean."
Yeah, but I don't care. So it's funny when people are mean.
Yeah, come on,
You're not
Tucker.
a
We
mean
like
person.
you when you're
You
mean.
shouldn't be
We like
mean.
you less, when you're working for the CIA openly.
Yeah.
And I'm very dependent on my wife's approval. Like, I'm totally happy to admit that. And she never criticizes me, but she, in a gentle way, like, I don't like it when you're mean. That's not who you are. It's kind of who I am. That's the problem.
But I'm watching your stuff now. I watched a lot of your stuff for this, and it's a different vibe, Tucker. I mean, look,
this is where
if
part I was
we
talking
had
about.
been in more contact before you did the Putin interview, I would have told you got to check some boxes with this guy. I get why you're going to say I'm not going to get there and get into a fight with a guy who may not let me out of the country.
No. I was never
Look,
afraid. I
Tucker,
was afraid of
Tucker, I saw your interview with Putin, but like, look, if I was you, like, if I
Here it
was
is.
If
there,
that had been me in that particular
They
situation,
can't help
Asshole.
it. They can't, dude. They cannot. They
doing
can.
the thing.
They cannot fucking help it, bro.
I could tell you this: before you went to go interview Putin, me personally, the guy who gets about 2,000 views on his videos on YouTube, I would have probably told you to go about it a little differently.
the U.S. government, not of Putin at all.
Of them doing what?
Arresting me when I got back for a sanctions
what?
violation. That's what my lawyers told me. If you go talk to Putin, and if you don't ask him tough questions, the Biden administration very easily arrests you. There's a big law firm told me that, a big law firm, one of the biggest law firms.
But how bullshit is that?
I thought it was, and I was like, I don't care. I'm an American citizen. I'm going anyway. But I felt no threat whatsoever. I definitely felt threat.
When the story came out that they had arrested somebody in Russia, that got like no attention. One of the things that you have to know about this guy, which I didn't believe, but now I do because I've been looking around his house like a little snoop.
That's creepy, right?
Why are you going? First off, and also looking at the camera. Come on,
You
man.
don't watch TV and you don't pay attention to your social
This is the part I was saying.
media about what's being said about you.
No.
That's why your hair is so full and so rich
Well, yours isn't so full because you're on test.
Yeah, Chris.
in color.
No.
By the way, that's
I-
bullshit. I don't pay attention to any of the shit that's said about me online, and my hair's falling out.
Yeah.
I'm falling apart. I'm still a wreck.
Yeah.
Know who I am.
God help me if I did want to pay attention to any of that shit, it'd be even worse.
To be told by people.
So
who
you
know
don't
me.
monitor it.
Not at all.
You don't know. And
This blows his Guido mind.
You don't read every single negative comment and then simmer about it all night and then take it out on your kids the next morning.
That seems weird to me, Tucker.
That's odd, bro.
It seems
You're
weird.
You're a weird dude, bro.
unless somebody tells you.
I never, in my old job, my executive producer sitting right there, I never got the ratings, ever. I didn't want to know the ratings. I wasn't on the email list. I don't do email, actually. And so, no, I don't want to know that. Because I'm...
No social media.
So you don't sit around all night drinking whiskey and seething about what Kite Killer 1488 said about you in the comments, you're a fucking weird dude, bro. It's literally what it is.
It's exactly what it is.
Doing how's this getting
By the way,
picked up?
there was somebody who commented on my YouTube channel the other day. It was probably one of the best names I've ever seen. Sex Haver 420.
That's a good one.
That's a great name, right?
That's
Sex
a good,
Haver.
it's
I'm
a
like,
good name.
that is how you get a name on the internet. Sex Haver 420
is good.
or not? You don't do it,
I don't watch myself on television or on tape or whatever it is, and I don't.
and you don't look at comments.
No. Why would I look? I have a big family, my immediate family, which is large.
He
and
really
then
doesn't
a
understand
large-
that the healthiest way to be in life is who gives a fuck what these
who cares
nobodies
what they think? It's
I
so-
don't
it's
even
so
know
easy.
these people. And then he brings up the same point that I've even brought up in the past. When people ask me about something, like, do you read all that hate? I'm like, I'm concerned about what my friends, my family, the people who rely on me in my life, like I worry about what their consensus is. And if everybody doesn't want to kill me, I'm like, cool. But if I just go online and look, if I was seeking out negativity about myself, I wouldn't be able to go to bed at night. I'd be like, sorry, Royce, can't make the show tomorrow. I got too much reading to catch up on. Got a lot of read. Apparently, I'm a fat faggot.
So you got mirrors installed in your house?
extended family.
Guys, I just looked at the comments on my thing, and guys, did you know I'm a Jew? Oh God,
What? Get out.
I gotta go.
No,
I have
seriously,
some thinking
yeah,
to
seriously, get out.
Especially after you were the guy with the Kite Killer 1488 name.
Oh no, he left. He actually left.
No!
ROTC is 110.
Oh no! Oh, he's back. He's back.
I was
He's
just saying,
back.
I like how Pessy will do something for dramatic effect that the audience won't even see
It's
or
so
enjoy.
hilarious.
It's
You know what
not
I mean?
for them.
It's literally like when a wrestler does something just to pop the boys in the back.
Pop in the back.
Like,
You know what he is? They say comic. Pessy's a podcaster's podcaster, is what he is.
with whom we're very close. And so I immediately get word if I'm doing something that offends them, which is not very often, but I have, and they'll tell me immediately. And so that's what I care about, and I care about, my religious faith, but why would I care about some commenter? I just don't. And by the way, I think it's really wrong to do that. Why would you give emotional control to a stranger? Like, don't do that.
Because
Well, Tucker's clearly not Italian. See, that's the problem. Tucker's not Italian. Italians get mad at a table if they stub their own toe.
he should have gotten in his face. Hey, pal, nobody controls my emotions. Like, wait, what?
Who told you I'm prone to anger? I'll fucking kill him.
I love Chris. These two should do a show together.
Oh, fuck.
we are, well, look, you've gone on your own now, so it's different. The metrics are different. But for a pawn like me,
Oh, yeah, the metrics are different.
A pawn like me.
I am somewhat at the mercy of how people decide
No,
to
you
feel
could-
about
you'll-
me.
No, you're not. You really aren't. Take it from a couple fucking nobodies. You're really not. You're not. If you are good enough and you are, or funny enough, or what, it doesn't have to be funny, insightful enough, entertaining enough. Let's use that term. It doesn't really matter what the fucks think. It doesn't matter. You're not at the mercy. This is exactly, it's funny because every time we play the Cuomo stuff, we always joke, like, but he really is he could be easily manipulated just by comments and stuff. Like, why would that bug you? Who cares? Who fucking cares?
You're not cut out for this, Chris. Most people that get into media want to be a heel.
Yeah.
And you want to be a babyface. You're like the guy who's working as a heel, and then every night out you go home from the arena and you're like, I wonder if they really hate me.
Yeah.
But
You ever wonder if Rick Rude ever went back to his hotel room and went, I wonder if they really like me, though?
He was probably too high to even know he was in his hotel room, to be honest. with you.
Injecting shit into his dick.
Yeah, fucking seriously. Taking off his Miss Elizabeth tights that he wore that night right on his crotch. Remember that one?
God, yes.
So fun. That guy was hilarious.
Honestly, there is something that is a good heat gimmick, is to spray, like airbrush somebody's chick onto your crotch or ass and then start gyrating.
once you self-liberate, or you liberate yourself from the completely irrelevant opinions of partisans and strangers, and focus only on the people in your world who's God has put right in front of you, then you're like completely free, and then it's like, well.
But our business is all about it. It's totally incestuous.
But you do better
and it's
in the
dependent
business
on
when
social
He
media.
just can't get over. You got to be cool. I got to go to I want to be invited. Chris is one of those guys that never missed a media industry like lunch or like one of the, like, remember back in the day, like the Late Shift, right? It was like Leno went to every kiss-ass event.
Of course.
And Letterman always would show up to the party for like 10 minutes and be like, all right, cool, whatever. And he would just bounce. And he hated it. He would always go back to his house in Connecticut. Like that. Like
Chris is hiding in the closet.
Yeah, he's hiding in the closet listening to conference calls.
Dude.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll take Conan's gig too. It's whatever.
As a proxy of Vox Populi. They believe that's the people speaking.
Right, but not caring is, as a practical matter, much more effective, because then you don't have any voices in your head other than the ones who matter.
Yeah, until your boss picks up the phone or the comms person picks up the phone and says, we got to clean this up. These people are not happy online because
Ooh, that's very revealing.
Mouth breather, and it turns out that that's a form of a breathing thing
Like
that
a
people are
racist
upset
face.
about, and you have to apologize.
What? He's a company. He's a hack. Yeah, I get yelled at. I said, don't do it then.
The problem is, Christopher, the reason you had to listen to them is because your ratings sucked. If you're good, right? If you're good enough, you could go online and curse at the CEO, and they'll still give you another deal.
Yeah, look at the shit Tucker said and got away
I was
with it.
talking about you.
Oh.
That was such a good setup.
Fair.
That was such a good setup.
If you're good enough.
But you
Yeah,
just,
lobby.
yeah, but like that was the thing, man. Tucker would just come in and he'd have the best photoshops and he would just shit on niggas for an hour and leave.
That was the
was
funniest,
gorgeous.
It's the funniest stuff, yeah.
Yeah, or whatever it is. And, you're like, oh, okay. And you look online, and it's only 400 people who said this randomized thing, but it now matters.
400's a lot. Considering your following, I mean, that was probably most of them.
Mm-hmm.
The media has made it matter. Now the Washington Post calls.
So I would
and
always
says people
say
online
to
are upset
them,
at you.
like,
And the next thing you know,
Whoa, the Washington Post called? Why would you work for CNN? Why would you're admitting that all of these things are intertwined government agencies, and when the Washington Post would call CNN, even though you don't work for them and tell you, hey, people are fucking mad, you had to listen to them?
it's like maybe you let the N-word slip out and all of a sudden your CIA handle is calling you and he's all like, hey, we're going to hurt your primetime spot. Also, push the vax more. Mm-hmm. It's like that, right, Tucker?
And that's like a lot of nerve coming up with someone who calls himself a spook.
I said, not in my house, pal.
No.
Not with my daughter.
No way.
you can host a TV show, why don't you? Okay. But actually you're working in the PR shop at some like depressing company. Like you don't know anything. And if you think you're better at my job than I am, why don't you do it? But they can't. And so
because they would fire, they did fire, but they would fire Chris Cuomo in a heartbeat because he doesn't have an upside.
They would set Chris Cuomo's children on fire to get those ratings up.
Yeah. Why do you think Aaron Rodgers got away with so much shit when any other player would have been cut from a team? Because he's Aaron fucking Rodgers.
Yeah, you think they're going to put up with, you think Pfizer's going to put up with that shit from Phillip Rivers? I don't think so, pal.
What's the Jets quarterback, the new guy, Wilson? You think Wilson's going to be able to do what he wants? No, they'll fucking...
You hit the bricks, asshole.
their whole justification for their sad jobs, at which they're not very good, is to make you feel insecure. And I'm not interested in playing along. Like, why would I care about some
32-year-old goes, Aaron Rodgers in his one Super Bowl. How many do you have, pal?
32-year-old, unhappy, unmarried PR
What is it, the Vancouver Argonauts? What's your fucking team?
person?
Hey, we won several CFL championships, eh?
The single dumbest, most insecure group in America.
I get
and they're
it.
like, oh, you got to do the New York Times Magazine. How about no? Like, no? You know what I mean?
I get it. I get the turning yourself off to criticism. Although I think
That's not what he's saying. He still doesn't get it.
He really... Dude, it's
Look,
a Guido. It's a dumb Guido brain.
Look, I understand blocking out any and all criticism, no matter how constructive, right?
one said
But what
that.
I'm saying is...
No one said that. No one said that, Chris. It's a Toronto Argonauts. I apologize, Frozen Nation. Canadians are fighting now.
harder to do.
Wait,
than
no,
to
not
say.
not criticism. My wife looks at me cross-eyed. She'd bring me to my knees.
I'm saying social media criticism.
Yes,
the
irrelevant criticism. Why wouldn't you do that? Because it's actually really dangerous not to. It is. I always think this. It's giving a toddler a handgun. I'm a gun person. I shoot a lot. I'm totally for guns, but not in the hands of people who don't know what they're doing with guns, who are irresponsible.
Okay, but what if my toddler knows how to handle a gun?
Mm-hmm. What if he's a black kid?
Power, right? And it will be misused. And the
Fucking
same is true.
Liberal Tucker Carlson shows his face.
Wow.
There it is.
Against
folks.
babies having guns.
What a fucking communist.
Fucking commie.
Fucking tyrant.
With opinions and letting them in.
Shall not be infringed, has no age range, bud.
He's fucking with your gun rights and your ability to govern over your own children.
That's right. Amen.
To your head. Keep all of that stuff
What the
out.
fuck is the subcompact for but a baby?
Exactly. You think I'm going to use that shit?